Is it ever okay to go through your boyfriend or your girlfriend's phone? Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lori. So if you haven't seen already, Drake put out his video, Child's Play, in which we watch this whole scene unfold with Tyra Banks, where she goes through his phone and finds out he's been texting a girl, yada yada yada. Something we are all familiar with, even if we're not mega celebrities, right? So I want to talk about whether it's cool to go through your man or your woman's phone or to just snoop around in general on them. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm all holier than thou and angelic and I've never even once considered going through my man's text messages and whatnot, or to even pretend like I didn't actually do it at some point in some of my past relationships, but I will say that I'm never gonna do it again. The thing about a person going through their significant other's text messages is that a lot of shit leads you up to that point. Unless you're a crazy person who goes into every relationship snooping around and assuming the worst out of everyone, most people should go in with a pretty clean slate, and then something develops along the way that makes them want to check or makes them suspicious or makes them think like, maybe I should. And my thing is that if you are so uncomfortable in your relationship and you have a feeling that your man or your woman is cheating on you, he or she probably is. And even if they weren't cheating on you, clearly this is a person who acts so shady that you don't feel comfortable trusting them. I think it's wrong to argue that a person should just blindly trust another person so long as they've never actually caught them doing something. Because I'm sorry, I'm just a little more cynical than that. And I've also been cheated on. So I know that it's kind of silly to be like, blame it on the woman being cheated on when she starts acting crazy because her man's not treating her right.
Oh. That's what I want to do.
The point is, trust is built. It doesn't start at 100 and then, you know, like lose points every time a person does something wrong. It's consistently reinforced. It's in the way that you treat the other person. It's leaving no doubt in their mind that you're on their side and you're on their team. Very rarely do couples have that, and therefore it's very rare you'll find a couple where at least one person isn't, you know, not trusting the other person or feeling desire to snoop around. So all that is to say, I don't blame a person for feeling the need to snoop. I just blame the person for carrying it out. As a person who has felt the urge and who has even done it before, and has actually found something because of it, I realized that well before I even went through with looking through my ex's emails, I already didn't trust him. He gave me many reasons why I shouldn't even have been in a relationship with him to begin with. He was going out late at night, not telling me who he was with. He was acting weird sometimes when he was meeting up with certain people. And it all was just always like this cloud of suspicion that was over our relationship. And every time that I confronted him with something, he would lie about it or like, you know, get upset that I was even asking, and just generally a shady person, you know what I'm saying? And I was unhappy. Like, my best friend from back then can attest to it. I cried every day, not knowing what to do, and I didn't have evidence to catch him red-handed, which I felt like I needed in order to leave. Because when you confront somebody with something and they lie to your face and they just flat out deny it, and you love them, it's really hard not to believe them and not to want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, you're just living under this sort of like oppression of suspicion constantly, and it's not a good lifestyle. It's depressing, you know, it's just a crazy existence to live. And I'm glad that I'm like well beyond that point where I don't have to live through those immature relationships anymore. But I learned a huge lesson from that, and that is, I did not need evidence. I did not need to catch him in bed with another chick. I did not need to catch him texting another chick. All I needed to know was already right in front of me. My man was not treating me well enough, and I should have been gone out of that relationship. So for anyone else who's ever considering like whether or not they should go look through somebody's phone, the first thing I think you should ask yourself is like, did he give me a reason, or did she give me a reason to go and do this? Do I feel like I should be suspicious? Because if it's really just my own baggage, like maybe I had been cheated on before and maybe I'm just suspicious of all people that I'm in a relationship with, then yeah, that's probably something you should check. It's probably something you might even want to seek therapy for, you know what I'm saying? But if it's because the person seems like they're hiding something from you and generally doesn't make you feel like they've got your back and they're really invested in your relationship, why are you in that relationship? You know what I'm saying? The same goes for people who are in relationships where they might be suspicious of the other person, and because of that try to stop that person from going out without them, or try to stop that person from going out with certain people or being in certain environments, like going to the club. When you try to control your significant other and stop them from going places they want to go or be with people they want to be with, there's only two possible outcomes of that. One is that they won't go and they'll listen to you and they'll resent you for it, and then become even more fixated on that one thing you really don't want them to do or think about. And the second outcome is that they'll go anyway and they'll lie to you about it. So as a strategy in general, not trusting someone is not something you should generally act out on. If you're gonna act out on it, be ready to leave the person. So I'm not here to be all preachy about how you should trust everyone and trust is the cornerstone of every relationship and all that stuff. Like, let's be real. Some people have serious trust issues. Some people have serious trust issues, and for good reason. The key is to figure out which one of those people you are, and to understand that when trust isn't there, maybe the relationship shouldn't be there either. I think that's all I have to say for today, guys. So I will see you later this week. Bye.